Tell me about karma and destiny.
Yeah.
This is something that I really want to know because this is a very confusing topic, and
Sure.
it's also like there's so many theories, about this. Is everything karma or is it destiny? And is karma something that you can override with your good thoughts, deeds? Like, what is it? Can you clear this entire concept of karma and destiny?
Sure. So as I always say, to make it simple, Neha, karma is your question paper, which is pre-written, okay? You have a choice of free will to study or not to study. You study, you have answers, and you give those answers. You don't study, you may fail. Now, for someone who scored a 99 out of 100, also passes or becomes a doctor or becomes an engineer, and someone who scores 40 also becomes the doctor or the engineer or whatever that exam they're giving for. But their quality of life will be so different, right? The quality of a life is destiny. So karma is like a blueprint that we're supposed to be living, following in this lifetime. To begin with, just backtracking and giving a little bit of context is before every soul is born, we create a karmic chart, and that is karma. It is an energetic blueprint of what that soul has to go through, what that soul has to experience, what that soul has to learn in order to grow.
Okay.
For every soul, their ultimate purpose is to reach a high vibrational frequency, or what we say, merge with the divine.
Yes.
Now, divine is of the highest frequency, and we all have the divine light. But in the journey of life, we forget that. So it is every soul's purpose is to gather all the pieces of their soul together, and that's when moksha happens, enlightenment happens, right? In every lifetime, we'll end up giving people so much of power. We land up absorbing energies from other people and integrating that into our soul energy, or we land up giving away so much of our soul energy to other people that we never go back to the spiritual world in our own pieces. So you've picked up some pieces from other people and you've left behind other pieces. So karma is just that journey of going back on earth and remembering who you are. You have to gather your self-power and your pieces and also give back other people their pieces. And when you complete that entire journey, that's when moksha happens. Now, coming back to karma, it is just a blueprint, right? Now, today when we are recording this podcast, or when we do anything in life, there's always an intent, there's always a framework. And if things don't go according to that framework, there's absolutely chaos. But what if things go according to that framework? Life is filled with ease and grace.
Yeah.
That's what karma is.
You're flowing. Yeah.
You're flowing.
Yeah.
Now, for example, I show up late. Okay, there is going to be chaos. We won't be able to start shooting on time.
Yeah.
Or I show up and about to start, but I get a call, which is very random. And I choose to be like, you know what? I need to go grab a cup of coffee with my friend. I can't do this. Won't it completely alter and affect your life and my life?
Of course.
In some way or the other. There
Yeah.
is always going to be a repercussion. That is a choice of free will. Where our soul forgets why we are here, and then we just randomly do things. We randomly do things to make other people happy. We randomly do things to fit in the society, to seek approval, to seek revenge, And that kind of automatically, influences or affects the quality of your life.
1 second. I just want to ask you, say, just adding to that example, say you got a call.
Yeah.
And you chose to go with your friend.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this
Yeah.
podcast. In like this, there are many such incidences which happen in our life where the other person does something.
Yeah.
And it affects our life.
Yeah.
And what I've read, Ramana Maharishi and you hear Robert Adams and, just the highest souls that have been here. They say reaction is the worst thing that you can give in any situation. When you react is when you create karma. Or when you give your energy or power to that situation, you are creating an energetic bond with that situation, and that has to sort of come back in some way.
True.
So, what in that case should the other person do? Say you did that and it definitely affected my life. Maybe it didn't affect your life as much because it was your free will. You chose to go with your friend instead of doing the podcast. So, still, somewhere, your choice was your choice, but it
Yeah.
wasn't my choice.
True.
So, the other person, that is me in the equation, gets affected in some way. How is the other person supposed to behave and respond?
So now in that case, if I call you up the next time and say, Neha, let's do a podcast, you won't entertain me. You will
Yeah.
not want to work with me.
Yeah.
Now, if you continue holding on to that anger,
Yeah.
regret, remorse towards me, I may be very normal. I may not have any emotions towards this or attachment towards this. But if you are holding on to that attachment or emotion towards me, for me, standing you up, I will have to come back and clear it in another lifetime. In another lifetime, you may show up as my boyfriend who asks me out on a date and doesn't show up. There you go.
It's as
simple as
tiny
that.
and so like subtle
Yeah.
that you don't even realize that in that moment when you're reacting, that
Yeah.
eventually is something that you'll have to pay back.
True.
But how do you not react? There are times, I mean, you of course meditate, you learn to calm yourself, but how do you detach from every situation while you're living a normal human life and things happen in front of you? How do you not how do you stay disconnected from that reaction or not giving into too much energy or attention or attachment to that episode or that person?
So, just again, a context, karma in my term, in my life, and in my teachings, I've written this quote in the first book also, is a sum total of intention, action, and reaction.
Okay.
People usually associate karma with action and reaction, but it's also the intention. Number one. Now, if I'm to give you an example to explain this, all right? Usually people have the right intention. Say, you're my friend and I want to do something nice for you. Say you're throwing a party and I'm like, you know what, I want to help Neha out. My intention is right that Neha, let me offload you with your responsibilities. Let me cook 3 dishes and get for you.
Right.
And I cook 3 dishes and get for you. And that becomes my action. The third is the reaction. Now, I've got 3 dishes. Suppose you've taken credit for what I've made. Or you don't appreciate it. Or come and tell me 5 times that Tamanna, the food was so good, the food was so good. I will be disappointed because I'm seeking a sense of approval. I'm seeking a sense of credit. I'm seeking a sense of validation that, oh, Tamanna, you're such a good friend, Or if you don't praise me in front of your friends saying Tamanna made these dishes, I will feel a little dissatisfied. And the next time I'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to do anything for Neha. That reaction in itself will alter your karma. Because everything goes hand in hand. The same goes for charity work.
Yeah.
90% of the people do charity work to alter their karma. The intent is only wrong. You know what I mean? Like, especially when these people say that, oh, agar mera ye kaam kar doge, I will chadao this much and I will, put in so much money.
Mannat mangte
Mannat
jo.
mangte hai. The intent, God will give you. But your intent is only wrong. Because when you fulfill that intent, it will still come to you if it's karmic and it still won't come to you if it's not karmic. But you can't be angry with God.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of people do. Like, I've seen people work with the law of manifestation or do certain prayers, and when they don't get the desired results, they give it up. And also that goes with faith.
Yeah.
Even with spiritual modalities, if it doesn't work for them, they completely go averse to it. And that in itself is an energetic reaction.
Yeah.
Which somewhere you are kind of creating, any kind of reaction depletes your energy. Any kind of wrong intention depletes your energy.
Yeah.
Any kind of wrong action depletes your energy. So karma is not only intent and actions or actions and reactions. It's a subtotality of all these 3 factors.
So you basically have to have good intention, even if someone has done something wrong to you.
Yeah.
What is it that one does to sort of not react and create a karma?
One lesson is acceptance.
Acceptance, yeah.
Acceptance of your choice of free will and acceptance of this is how it's meant to be. So if I was in your place and my guest was to ditch me for my podcast, I'd be like, it is not meant to be.